What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing.
So in your career, you got to match up against other Nike hoopers. Do you have a favorite matchup?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Honestly, I'll just say DT because she's such an icon in our sport and has been in the game for so long. Getting to share the court with her was pretty fun, and you just see her competitive spirit. Even though you're not on her team, you can just feel it as a competitor.
Once Diana Taurasi warned Caitlin Clark, reality is coming. But as Clark stepped into the WNBA, it turned out the reality check was for Taurasi instead. Clark's rookie season was one of the most hyped in WNBA history. Everyone was waiting to see if she could handle the heat or if she'd crack under pressure. But instead of struggling, she flipped the script completely. Game after game, she wasn't just surviving, she was taking over. She broke records, changed the pace, and redefined what a rookie could achieve. The reality check that many thought was coming for her? It never arrived. Instead, the league had to wake up to a new era. Clark's impact went beyond just basketball. Fans packed arenas, TV ratings soared, and suddenly, the WNBA had a superstar who wasn't just good. She was a phenomenon. People weren't just watching WNBA games. They were watching Caitlin Clark. Her presence moved the needle in ways the league had been hoping for, and the hype wasn't just real. It was undeniable. On the other side, Taurasi was facing a different kind of challenge. She had been the face of the league for years, but time was catching up. Her minutes were going down, her numbers weren't what they used to be, and suddenly, she wasn't the one making the headlines anymore. While Clark's name was being etched into record books, Taurasi was being forced to acknowledge that the game was evolving, and she was no longer at the center of it. Then came the Olympic team drama. Taurasi made the roster, but Clark, who had been lighting up the league, was left off. Fans lost it. Was it politics? Was it veterans protecting their space? No one knew for sure, but Clark's response was classic. No whining, no complaining, just more buckets. She didn't need words to make her case. Her game spoke for itself. And then something unexpected happened. Taurasi, who had once seemed skeptical, started to change her tune. Slowly but surely, the doubt turned into respect. In interviews, she acknowledged Clark's talent and what she was doing for the league. One simple moment said it all, when Taurasi put an arm around Clark after a game. It wasn't just a gesture, it was recognition. Clark's influence stretched far beyond the court. She wasn't just putting up crazy numbers, she was elevating the entire WNBA. Viewership was breaking records, and fans were showing up in numbers the league hadn't seen before. The Caitlin Clark effect was no joke. She wasn't just a player, she was a movement. And through it all, Clark never got caught up in the drama. When reporters brought up Taurasi's old comments, she kept it professional, focusing on the game and showing nothing but respect for the legends before her. That's what made her different. She wasn't here for the back and forth. She was here to win, to dominate, and to push women's basketball to new heights. By the end of the season, there was no doubt. Clark had officially arrived. She wasn't just another promising rookie. She was the future of the WNBA. Every record she broke, every shot she drained, and every game she controlled was proof that the league had shifted. The real question now wasn't if Clark was great. It was just how far she could take the game. As for Taurasi, her legacy is solid. She's one of the best to ever do it. But even she had to admit, the WNBA now belonged to Caitlin Clark. And the best part? She's just getting started.